Tiernan Lynch joins us now. Tiernan, a very emphatic victory here at the Brandywell. You must be pleased with that performance.
Yeah, delighted. We let ourselves down last week, and more importantly, we let the fans down last week. We were under par, and we knew it. And we were determined all week. You've seen it in training, you've seen it in the boys' eyes that they wanted to go and put that right tonight. And thankfully we done that.
Danny Mullen was the subject of some criticism during the week, but he was nominated as a player of the month. You kept him on the bench tonight. It was a bold move, but Liam Boyce came up with the goods of the second goal.
Yeah, I think probably one of the things that we mightn't have got right last week was the rotation. Probably you were caught in a chicken and egg situation where you've been just come off 2 wins and get into a third one and not having to change the team. And we obviously have a back-to-back again, so we're very conscious of that going into tonight's game. And I think that's what squads are all about. Squads are all about top players and players that can take each other's places if they're rotated or rested or out of form or whatever it may be. And I think they've done that tonight.
Shelbourne had certainly more of the possession, but I think, in fairness, there, he's seen the game out well. You took off the 2 goal scorers. You brought on liable, through Paul McMullen and Danny Mullen as relevant sort of replacements. But I think the most important thing was the way he's seen the game out in the end up.
Yeah, listen, this is a team right now is still very much trying to find itself. And I thought there was periods in the second half where I thought we were very composed and we knocked the ball around. We obviously changed shape. And I think the substitutes need a special mention. The big thing that we talked about was that pride and pulling that shirt over your head and making sure that anything less than 100% just wasn't acceptable. And I think you even seen that in our subs tonight. They run themselves into the ground, and for me, that's the gimme. Putting that shirt on, that's the gimme that we have to expect here at Derry City.
St Patrick's Athletic moved into pole position on the table tonight. They're the visitors on Monday. Your attention will turn to that next.
Yeah, and again, the big thing about tonight is it's a waste of time unless you can go and back it up. And that's the one thing that's the next gauntlet that we have to throw down is consistency. We've been up and down and 2 good wins, and then you fall short. And as I say, there's still lots to come from this team, and hopefully we can go out and bare minimum as we're going to accept, as I said, is that effort and that commitment.
Tiernan, thanks for joining us on the LOI TV. Congratulations tonight.
Thank you.
Cheers.